That's right. Good morning. Good morning. That's a Hokie good morning out there. My name is Tony Disler. You don't look that old, I'm sorry. And I'm pleased to welcome you to the Marching Virginian Center. It's wonderful. I mean, it's wonderful to have such a fantastic crowd in attendance for this historic and long overdue occasion. In November 1973, I was tasked by then Tech President Marshall Hahn with initiating the development of a non-military university marching band, and you know, wonderful result. After 42 years, all I can say is that we have waited long enough for this wonderful facility. Let's get the party started. Ready to have a little celebration this morning, so I'm going to sign off just the way I helped to close performances by the Marching Virginians during the past 40 years, with one exception. And now, what better way to begin this special grand program than with every Hokie's favorite song.
Marching Virginia Center. I'm David Key. It's my privilege to serve as Director of the Marching Virginians. for 40 years of service as the voice of the Marching Virginians. Tony, thank you. I want to thank members of our Hookie Brass as well as the Hookie Bird for helping us get this party started this morning. I think this deserves saying one more time. Welcome to the grand opening of the Marching Virginians. I'd like to take a moment to briefly introduce the members of the stage party, and you'll hear more from each of them in a few moments. On my right, Nick Dimitri, the Executive Officer of Marching Virginians. Ben Nelson, the immediate past president of the Marching Virginians Alumni Association. Jim Sochinsky, former director of the band and our longtime arranger. President Tim Sands. And Mike Serino, one of our loyal supporters and the driving force. There were a number of people involved in the design and construction aspects of creating the Marching Virginians Center, and I'd like to ask them to recognize a few of them. Would you please stand to be recognized when you're announced? From Snyder Associates, Rick Logan, Bill Bynum, and the members of their team who are in attendance today. Rick, Bill. Here too. Thanks, boss. From Thompson and Litton, Jack Murphy and the members of his team who are in attendance. Jack. There are two friends and colleagues on this campus who never tired of listening to my what ifs. You know, what if this, what if that, before, during, and after this project occurred. Tom Gabbard is Senior Associate Director of Athletics. But more than that, Tom has been a giant advocate for the Marching Virginians throughout his career and was a staunch advocate of this facility from the first time we spoke about it. Tom, would you stand? You're all standing. And finally, the one man who just made every day better and better throughout this project. As this project really went from, are you really serious, McKee, to let's really make this something special. Our project manager is a Hokie throughout. David Shid, where are you, David? The alumni of this band, members of the Marching Virginians Alumni Association, have supported this project with enthusiasm and their generous financial resources. The president of the Marching Virginians Alumni Association is Steve Eldridge, and I'd like him to stand to be recognized. Steve. We also have a number of legacies in the band, so I'd like to recognize band parents of current and band members. What the heck? Anyone who's ever had a family member take part in the Marching Virginians. So if you're a Marching Virginia alum, the parent of a band member, stand up and be recognized right now, okay? Thank you to each of you. Many of you know that this was a unique collaboration that brought this facility to life. The Departments of Athletics, Recreation Sports, and donors to the College of Liberal Arts and Human Sciences came together to create the Marching Virginians facility. I'm really proud of my colleagues throughout the university for making this happen, and I wish to thank them publicly today. The vision for this center truly began with a presentation I made to the Blacksburg Sports Club in 2006, and a brief meeting right after that with the late Bill Skelton. As many of you know, Mr. Skelton was a visionary and a passionate advocate for all things Virginia Tech. He looked at me that day after I told the group the charming story about the Marching Virginians trailer park. You know? The fact that everything we owned was in 3 trailers on behind the field house. Bill looked at me and he said quite simply words that I'll never forget. He said, "You've got to get your people organized." Over the past 9 years, I think I spoke to virtually anyone who was breathing to talk about the potential for this vision and for this facility. And I think mostly I talked about our exceptional student musicians and tried to make the experience of being a Marching Virginian better for each of them. This facility gives them the opportunity to rehearse more efficiently every day and make no doubt about it, they feel like this is a home. When people ask me what makes this band great, I say the same thing every year. It's the students. It's my pleasure now to introduce one of those outstanding students to you. Please join me in welcoming the Executive Officer of the Marching Virginians, Nick Dimitri.
Thank you, Dave, for that cordial introduction. And thanks, Dave, for everything you have done for this band. None of us would be sitting in this pavilion right now without your persistence and dedication. Good morning. My name is Nicholas Dimitri. I am a senior biochemistry major from Chesapeake, Virginia, and have been a manager for the Marching Virginians for 4 years. This year, it is my honor to serve as the executive officer of the Marching Virginians. I could not imagine my college experience without being a part of the Marching Virginians. Every afternoon, I have the opportunity to come to band practice to make music with 330 of my favorite people. Spending the fall semester entertaining the Hokie Nation has a way of bringing people together. The memories that every one of us have made as a Marching Virginian have given immense meaning to our undergraduate careers and provided friendships that will truly last a lifetime. I know every band member, young and old, has those feelings. What distinguishes the Marching Virginians from every other organization on this campus is that we are 330 strong. There is no average member of this marching band. Each MP is individual with unique characteristics and an amazing personal story. The band members are enrolled in nearly every major within the university, and over 1/3 of us are enrolled in the College of Engineering, About 85% of us are from Virginia, and we represent 11 other states. We are a pretty diverse group of people. The Marching Virginians provide an entertainment in which students join together to create entertainment and great music. The act of playing together in an ensemble establishes a bond of trust, cooperation, and purpose. Most importantly, members of this band live the university's motto of Ut Prosim, that I may serve, every day, not only by warming the hearts of Hokie Nation with pride, but serving the university and community through countless acts of service, such as our upcoming 19th annual Hokies for the Hungry food drive on November 21st. Please bring a can to support the Montgomery County Christmas Store and the Spirit of Tech. And now, thanks to the investment of the entire university, there is a home for the Spirit. As members of this band, we see the Marching Virginian Center as a tremendous source of pride and a symbol of recognition from the Virginia Tech community. More importantly, this facility has changed everything about our day-to-day operations for the better. We are protected from the elements. In fact, we have not missed a rehearsal this fall due to inclement weather. We no longer worry about the safety of our equipment because everything is stored in one central location. And best of all, we have restrooms. Will have to go through the struggle of hooking their marching band bibbers in a porta-john ever again. I know I speak for every Marching Virginian when I say that we are thrilled by the unique collaboration that brought about this facility. On behalf of every member of this band, I say thank you to each and every one of you. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Ben Nelson. Ben is the past president of the Marching Virginians Alumni Association, and it was during his tenure as president that the Marching Virginian Center came to life. During his academic career at Virginia Tech, Ben served as the drum major for the Marching Virginians for 3 years, including the season when the Hokies played for the National Football Championship at the Sugar Bowl. rumor has it that he can still fit into his national championship drum major t-shirt. Please join me in welcoming Ben Nelson.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. And yes, the rumors are true. I can still fit to that shirt. Thank you. It is really an honor to be here today. This is homecoming. It really is. I see a lot of faces that I knew when I was in the band, and new faces I've met since I got out of the band. And this really is an honor to be here. As a student, well, I'll start with this. So when I took campus tours, I went to UVA and Virginia Tech. And we started at UVA. I know. I'll make the story short to say that during the campus tour, the guy took us to a football stadium and said, yes, once a year we play those ruffians from Blacksburg. And I was like, okay, first of all, the dude said ruffians. And second of all, I said, those are people I want to meet. So we came to Blacksburg, and I saw the campus, and then after I met Dave McKee, I was locked in. So I decided to get my degree here at Virginia Tech. I had a lot of good times here, including the national championship. One thing I've learned about being an MV is that it's not all about music, it really is about service. It was a great honor for me to be on the field when our team took the field after 9/11, and I was able to conduct the national anthem for our crowd. When Katrina hit, Dave McKee and some students went to New Orleans to help serve. And after 4/16, the MVs healed community. That's what the MVs are all about. That's why I've continued to stay plugged in with this association. We have an awesome alumni association, as Dave mentioned. Steve Eldridge is our president now. The great thing about what we do is being able to give back, and you're seeing some of the fruits of that labor today. So being able to financially and physically invest in this facility has been awesome. It really is a great day. I'm really glad that so many people came to celebrate with us, and we're going to have a great day. And I predict we are going to beat NC State today. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce a very talented musician, someone who has been a staple in this university, a staple in this organization, someone you really can't talk about the MVs without mentioning his name. If you want to say what is a Hokie is a marching Virginian, and a Hokie is James Winchester.
Thank you, Ben. And here we are. What a wonderful opportunity to be here today to celebrate a new chapter in the history of the Marching Virginians. Since the obvious sometimes goes unsaid, I'd like to ensure that a shout out is given to the two individuals who made this happen. Dave and Pete. Dave had the vision. He was living the day-to-day challenges of a homeless man. He had the vision of a better way to support our student musicians. So Dave identified a very, very, very broad array of stakeholders, and one by one brought them on board to this vision of his. He applied his not insignificant organizational skills for several of 9 years to bring everything together to implement his vision. And I gotta say, Dave was like a dog with a bone with this. He wouldn't let it go. He enthusiastically pursued every incremental step to bring it all into place. And here we are. Dave, thanks. And then Michael Shuino gets the other shout out here. Michael knows, obviously knows, and more importantly, he applies the power of example, the power of generosity, and the power and leverage of seed money. And here we are. I do recall Mike's first contact with the MVs. This is some 35 years ago. This is the late 1970s. This was summertime, new student orientation. He came to visit the band office with his father, who was a music educator. I kind of got the feeling that he came to the office with his father just as a courtesy to his dad. I'm not sure he had any intention of becoming a member of the Marching Virginians. He had the usual legitimate concerns, time, resources, and so forth, and you understand that. But he came, and as a courtesy to his dad, I guess he enrolled in the band. Well, the next thing you know, he's an active and enthusiastic tuba player, and that's another story. As a matter of fact, I believe Michael was on the 1981 Peach Bowl performance, where for the first time the Hokey Pokey was unveiled to the Hokie Nation on a national stage. So Michael was a part of that. Next thing you know, he's an officer in the KKSI, is the professional service fraternity. He became public relations officer, important job with the band program. And Michael also played. He played in tuba and symphony band. He played bass in the pep band, and he was on a memorable trip to New York City for a national NIT tournament performance as a bass player. And so we value Michael's extraordinary musical contributions, his contributions as a leader, and we very much valued Michael when he was here, and apparently Michael valued his time with the BT bands, and here we are. Michael, we salute you and what you did to bring this splendid facility together. And so on this special day, there are thanks to many, but I just wanted to ensure, in particular, that Dave McKee and Michael Sherino got a special shout out. We thank you both.
And Jim, thank you for everything you've done for the Marching Virginians. There are many ways to describe Virginia Tech's 16th president, Timothy Sands. He's a Berkeley graduate, a professor, an engineer, a scientist, a former lab director, a published researcher, an inventor, a provost formerly, an advocate for diversity, a husband, and a father. Are you going to go through that entire list this morning and tell us about each? Good. The game is an 8, but we've got time. More importantly around here, he's become well known quickly as VT Sandsman on Twitter. This is a new phrase to be a free-range president for his participation in so many campus activities. I think they're counting, the kids are counting, I think they're up to about 10 hokey pokeys so far. That's pretty good. But the greatest pride we have is simply calling him a Hokie. Please welcome University President Timothy Sands.
Well, thank you very much. The hokey pokey's a lot harder than it looks. You've done it, and I wouldn't even say completed it twice. So I don't know where the 10 came from, but I'll keep working on it. So from a cornfield to a porta potty to inside plumbing. Congratulations. Well, you were hearing about the second transition. I was learning about the first.
Thank you.
But the arts are an essential element of both teaching and research at a major university. They define who we are as individuals and as members of the local, national, and global communities, and help develop a moral compass and a sense of self, a key to a graduate's ability to thrive and participate in a changing global landscape. Now, you may not think of, if you're a marching Virginian or a former marching Virginian, you may not think of what you do as strictly the arts, but it really is part of our arts landscape. It's got a little science in it too, and some entertainment, but it's an important part of being a Hokie, whether you're in the marching Virginians or you're experiencing them on game day. Whether you're becoming a scientist, an engineer, an entrepreneur, or a doctor, the creative process develops different modes of thinking and problem solving. Learning to see things differently from different perspectives is vital in a diverse society. Regardless of your major, and you've heard that a lot of our marching Virginians are engineers, but they come from all corners of the university. Experience in the arts helps develop empathy, awareness, and a desire for a more meaningful life. We recently did a survey of our alums in conjunction with Gallup, and we looked at what factors were most important in our alumni self-reported description of their well-being and their engagement in the workplace up to 50 years since their graduation. And what we learned from that is a rich experiential education makes a big difference. The kinds of experience that the marching Virginians have correlates very strongly with well-being in later life, with success in all dimensions, not just financial, but sense of purpose, community, social, and even physical and health. What we offer at Virginia Tech, and the marching Virginians are an important part of that, is a hands-on, minds-on education. And we offer also mentors and instructors who care about our students' future, and the marching Virginians exemplifies the importance of those mentors. A lot of the reason that I think many of you are here because of the mentors that you helped you along the way while you were in the marching Virginians, or while your son or daughter was a marching Virginian. I think you just have to ask the students who are here today about their experiences. Certainly the alumni tell the story, but our students say the same thing, that having a cohort, a close association with a group of students who are going through the same thing they are is absolutely critical to their success. I would say that the marching Virginians also learn how to manage their time, which is something that creates a great framework for going forward in the future. So I'm honored to help dedicate this facility, which demonstrates the university's commitment to the value of the arts and a comprehensive education. This facility, as you've already heard, is also a tribute to our motto, "Quid Prosim, that I may serve." Our generous donors, many of whom are here with us this morning, have shown their commitment to Virginia Tech's future marching Virginians by making this facility possible. One of these loyal supporters, Mike Chirino, is with us on stage today, and you've already heard a little bit about his background. Mike received his bachelor's degree in 1984 and his master's in 1986, both in accounting. While a student, he played the tuba, as you heard, in the marching Virginians. A resident of Winter Park, Florida, Mike has been a driving force in naming the Marching Virginian Center in honor of the band's former and current directors, Dr. James Sachinsky and Mr. David McKee, both of whom have passionately served the band for more than 30 years. The name change will occur following Dave McKee's retirement, something we hope very much will not occur for many years. Mike, thank you for your generosity and commitment to such a fitting tribute to the Marching Virginians' leadership. Will you please come forward and say a few words?